Hello everybody out there. It's been a while since I have made a video blog update, probably since the, let me think, Panini Dragon Ball Z days. I would do a couple of them. We used to do them, Josh and I used to do these kind of things before Gen Con, going into our retro gaming tournaments there when we were doing our championships. So I'm probably going to be a little rusty on this. I haven't done any camera work where I'm in front of a camera since we did the virtual retrospective live stream for the Hunter Burton Memorial Charity, and I want to thank everybody that watched that. That was an awesome thing. We raised a lot of money, spread a lot of awareness, and got to kind of relive and be nostalgic about the old kind of glory days and fun of both retro, score, pansy stuff. So I actually got a number of things I want to go over in this video, in this update. I have some notes here. Let me grab them real quick so I can look at them. First thing I want to talk about is we have been doing some work on the site. The site looks very generic right now. We have a new background coming out. Brian Valdez is working on that. I threw a couple of ideas at him. He came up with a super sweet idea. I can't wait for it. You guys will be super psyched when you see it. Kind of a new graphical look on the home page and then some of the other pages. We have been doing a lot of background stuff as far as the back-end server side of the site. The site is 12 years old, running on some old PHP servers, so I've gone through and I've updated all that. Also kind of made it more compliant with some of the EU restrictions on websites now, so that we can just get it more up to date and compliant. Some of you may have noticed also that I have been updating different segments of the site with additional information. If you go to the Score Games page in particular, I have been adding a lot of the Score games to the site. We have all of UU on there now, thanks to the fine gentleman over at the Yu Yu Hakusho TCG database. I am going to go and redo kind of how you look at the card images there. Right now it's just like, here's all 5 foil variants of Yusuke whatever, and that's a little overwhelming from somebody who's not a collector, who just wants to go and look at the cards and maybe try to print some cards off and play the game for themselves. We do have almost all the card images for all the Score games coming to the site. I have put all of Dragon Booster on there. I have flushed out the rest of the Inuyasha sites stuff too, so all the Inuyasha images are on there as well. About half the Bleach images are up now. Hopefully the second half of the Bleach images will be up next week. I have the Buffy the Vampire Slayer images. Hopefully they'll be up pretty soon. And then I have all the Epic Battles card images as well, and those will go up on the site. I do have the Fruits Baskets images also. Where's Fruits Baskets? Right here. That'll be on the site. Actually, a lot of people are always asking us for those card images. I know there's a new show, and a lot of people look at the rule book all the time because a lot of people found their old copies of the game and didn't have the rule book anymore. So that's been cool to help those guys out. The only things that we don't have currently, and maybe one of you guys out there has them or know of somebody who does, you can help us out, is the Sonic X card images. Cannot find these anywhere. This was the little set 1 repackaged as a game in a box. I'm mostly looking for the Sonic X set 1 images. I don't think we made a second set. I can't remember if we did or not. And then the other thing that I cannot find are the case closed. The case closed card images. I know that there's some people out there that collected this product and still collect this product, so if you guys have a place that you're going to find all these card images or know somebody who has all of them, if you could share that info with me, because this is one of the games. This box here in particular I think is the lowest printed Score product that we ever produced. We produced very, very few cases of this Crime and Punishment set, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's not enough of it that was ever opened for somebody to maybe collect or scan a complete set. Who knows? But if anybody has case closed out there, let me know. All right, let's move on to the next topic here. We do have a lot of new upcoming content coming to the site, like this video blog I'm doing right now. Josh has a new article going up on Monday that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. I do have another wave of virtual retrospective interviews. These will not be done as a live stream like we did the charity event. These are just going to be done more of like interviews, and they will go up on YouTube. I have 5-6 more people lined up. Hopefully those will be coming out throughout the rest of the year. The plan was for all of those to be done now, but work went from being super slow to insanely busy the last couple of weeks. So I'm hoping to pump all of those out. I was talking about the Buffy the Vampire Slayer card images earlier. Hopefully, in tandem with those going live on the site, I met up with Aaron Giddings, former community manager for Score, and he was a playtester on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer game and an avid fan of that game to this day. So he and I went and put together a tutorial video where Aaron is going to walk you through that game. It's very unique compared to a lot of the other Score games, mainly because it's not based on a cartoon or a video game or something like that. It's based on an actual live action show with like screenshots from a live action thing, not cartoon artwork. It's also very unique because it's not really like a card game. It's kind of like a card game, but it plays a lot like a board game. There's really no other Score game to compare it to. So I'm hoping that you guys will check that video out. He also goes into a history of each of the different Buffy releases and what it was like to be a player and a collector of that property at the time. So I hope you guys will check that out. I really enjoyed watching Aaron and listening to him go through kind of the history and what the continuing legacy of that game is today, because that game still has, much like most of the Score games now, have a very dedicated fan base. Another thing that's coming up too is I filmed these almost all of these a month and a half ago, but my brother and I recorded a whole bunch of Inuyasha match videos. The plan is to put up some type of video kind of explaining the rules of Inuyasha and the different card types, and then follow it up with just a bunch of match videos and then maybe some more content like deck list and things like that on the site, because the Inuyasha section of the site has been doing really well. It's always on like the top 10 most viewed things since the new show came out. Yashahime seems to be driving a lot of people to look at the old cards, which is cool. I spent a lot of time working on that game. After that, we have kind of started this process, but Josh and I actually need to get together and record it. We're going to start doing a series of saga videos talking about all the old sagas from Score Z. We put together our kind of like presentation of the Saiyan saga, which is the first one we're going to do, and we've kind of talked about what we're going to discuss, and hopefully we're going to have a chance to record that in the next week or so, and then that will be coming up, followed by, after that, we're going to go into Frieza saga, Trunks saga, etc., etc. One of the other things that you guys will see as far as content on the site is I've been kind of going through old files and things like that, and I found tons of these old like sales flyers that show all this information on there about stuff. So I've been putting these up in the appropriate sections of the game. I know I have a whole bunch of Inuyasha ones. I have some Dragon Booster ones up there, fruits baskets. Here's one for the Inuyasha deck boxes that came out on June 14th, 2006, so 14 years ago. And then I found this one too, which was supposed to be an April 2000 release for a product that we never actually made, that was an Inuyasha starter deck, similar to, let me see if I got one here, the Feudal Warfare decks. I remember designing this product, Feudal Warfare decks, designing this product. It was going to be a starter deck, two-player starter deck. The thing that made it unique and what we were super excited about is Inuyasha always had these kind of like flyer type rule books that came in the packs. We never did like a nice full color page rule book, and as you can see on here, that's actually one of the key selling points on here, is a full color rule book. And this product was supposed to be the first product that was going to have Hinte and Hakadoshi in it, and it was going to have all the rules for the keywords like shuffle, aggressive, draw, those things that were in the last set of Inuyasha that never got like put into rules into print. And it also was going to have a subset and a bunch of cards in here like School Hallway, Halt, Kagomi's Bicycle, or some of the cards that we're going to get reprinted in this feudal deck. A bunch of the cards that were designed for this actually ended up in the final set of Inuyasha. The subset from here is in the final set of Inuyasha. That's where the kind of like Naraku's Evil Influence and some of those cards were reprinted in that. So I'll probably sit down and dig through some more information on this and put out, maybe I'll do like an article about these decks and the last set in general, because it's a very interesting story. It was somewhat of a divide. A couple of us kind of had to put our jobs in the line to get that set printed. So maybe that'll be a story for another time. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and are excited for all the new content, the new site look, and just keep on doing what you guys are doing.